Hey folks, it's Chad here with Airstream in Greensboro. Behind me I have the 2025 Classic 30 rear bed, and looks like it's a queen bed. We also have down there the 28 RB, a new floor plan for Airstream in the Classic lineup, and we already have a video for that, so we'll link that below. If you haven't seen that video, once you finish watching this one, go watch the 28 RB walk around review. So let's get started with a walk around of the 2025 Classic 30 rear bed queen bed model. All right, starting on the outside, and we'll go inside in just a minute, and I know that's where you really want to go. But with the Classic, we're gonna have the two 30-pound propane tanks up here. We've got the stainless steel rock guards protecting the aluminum front. There's also gonna be standard 2 battle-born 100 amp hour lithium batteries up here in the front, and a spare tire underneath as well. And we do have a little extra solar connection that you probably just saw real quick. And then on the other side, there's gonna be a LP low pressure quick disconnect, so you can connect things like a outside grill, even a generator, you can connect there as well. Now with these here are gonna be solar guards. It's also a rock guard for the glass window that's behind it. This is gonna be like a polymer plastic kind of material, but it's easy to replace and a whole lot less expensive than replacing the glass behind it. And coming around to the front of the 30, one of the things you're gonna see, and Airstream does this with pretty much all of their floor plans, they're gonna give you an awning that is as long as it possibly can be. So this is gonna go from tip, or from the start of the end cap to the rear cap, and it's gonna be, you know, it's not 30 foot, but it's gonna be a huge awning, and it's one of the largest awnings that you get with Airstream outside of the 33-foot Classic, which is just a little bit longer. We also have a lit handle to come inside, come in and out. And I do like that handle versus what we get normally on like a Flying Cloud or International, because there's a little bit more space to actually be able to grab onto that. And then of course, Laura is showing you the doorbell, which is also an awesome option or thing you get with the Classic. We also are gonna see stainless steel door covers on the outside instead of the plastic. These are gonna be the switches for your powered stabilizers that you do get standard with the Classic. And then we have one of the few plastic covers, which is gonna be your 110 volt power, and that's only gonna be available or work when you have shore power plugged in. We also get the vent cover for the kitchen area. It's gonna be stainless steel as well. Now with the Classic, we're gonna get 16-inch Michelin tires and wheels, which is a little bit different than, say, the Goodyear tires that we get on everything else. Now these are Dexter independent axles and has the additional damper as well under there. Now with Airstream, you're gonna have a really low center of gravity. So one of the benefits of that, especially with this tire and wheel combination and the axles, it's gonna tow really well, especially compared to your traditional travel trailers. If you've towed a lot of fifth wheels or travel trailers, this will tow very different than those. And then this also has the new Dexter tow assist, which we'll talk more about when we get on the back side there. Now coming around to the back, we have room to get around. We have the bumper. You got storage in here, which is, this is gonna be your wet storage. Anything you put in here is gonna get wet. And then with this being the queen bed, you're gonna have one main outside storage area right here. It also drops down. See if there's a light I can turn on. There we go. So it goes really far in. It also drops down and you get a little bit of extra storage underneath, and then you have these covers that will cover that up.
That's cool.
Kind of a cool feature that you get with the Classic. And one of the themes you'll see with the Classic is Airstream goes to a little bit of an extra, I guess, effort in designing and building and manufacturing this particular unit versus, say, well, any other floor plan for that matter. Now with it being a 30-foot, we're gonna have two separate kind of rear or backside awnings, so the one there and then one longer one here for your window awnings, which are standard on the Classic. So you get that standard as well as solar and lithium batteries. Now over here, we're gonna have our city fill. That does have the pressure regulator built in. We've got a black tank flush right there. And then underneath, we're gonna have the black and gray tank dumps right there, and there is a light to illuminate that as well. We've got the standard, since it's gonna come standard with 2.8Cs. the standard 50 amp smart plug with the upgraded cast aluminum cover. And then above that is going to be your RJ45 connection for things like Starlink or anything else you can use that for. And then your coax input to go inside. And then behind this really nice stainless steel door is going to be your outside shower. It is an upgraded shower compared to the other floor plans, but it's still somewhat of a kind of basic outside shower. And then we have 3 windows here that all open, and above those, you're gonna have a port window there, which is really nice for lots of light to come inside. Now this guy right here is part of the Dexter tow assist system that we have now. So the axles will have ABS braking. It also has a sway mitigation system built into it. And those lights there are there to illuminate and kind of give you signals, information about what's happening with the system. Predominantly that it's working and everything's good. It does a self-check every time you plug it into your tow vehicle. It basically tells you that it's working correctly. Now I'm going to let Laura go inside first, inside the 30-foot Classic. Now coming inside, you're going to see the estate brown wood option, which I really like. It's very classic. It's also a whole lot quieter in here. It's a classic color. You also have the comfort white option, and the 28 RB video that we just posted a little bit ago has the comfort white in it, so you can check that out to see what those colors look like. Now there's 2 wood options. Laura can post those up on the screen when she edits, and then there's 2 cushion color options as well. And then actually I'm going to leave this down since it's already down. So one of the updates we got for 2024 was this new front sofa. It's still a recliner, but it gives you the option to lay this flat so that you can have some extra sleeping. And it's actually it's pretty comfortable. I mean, there's obviously like the little slits here, but it's pretty comfortable. And then to put this up, of course, it's the Classic, so everything is powered and easy to use, and it just comes up like that. Now one difference when we went to the 2024 and we got this single, the ability for this sofa to go down and make it to a bed, the backrest became 1. So you got to agree on how far back you want to recline, but you each have your own recliner or footrest, and then you can adjust your backrest as you would like to. Very nice.
I just noticed even the fire extinguisher has a really nice...
Yeah, it's like trimmed out in wood.
It's not just like a plastic or just sitting in there. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. We do have the Roman shades now. This was a change. I think they did this in 22. They used to do the shadow box, but the feedback from the community, the Airstream community, was that the shadow boxes, they were taking up basically 2.5 to 3 inches on each side. So you were losing the feel of like 6 inches of space. So they went away from the shadow box and they went to the Roman shade, which I quite like. They're very easy to use. You just pull them down, and if you wanted to go up, you just push them up and they go up. And then across the front, we're going to have these pleated shades, which are quite attractive, that will go all the way around and block that light off as well. And then back here, you can see one of the larger radiators for the Audi heating system. Now, with the Classic, we are going to have heat pumps up here in the Coleman ACs. I just got shocked. In the Coleman ACs, you have a heat pump there, 15,000 BTU, and then 13,000 and 13.5 up in the front, each with a heat pump. These are going to be good down to about 40 degrees on outside temperature and create heat. And they work pretty good. And then once you get below 40 degrees, you would switch to the Audi propane system and use that for heat. And then it's also going to create your hot water as well. Now we've got soft close on all your cabinets. All your cabinets are going to have lights. I use the little plunger. That key there turns off the My Airstream system. And there is power back there that will allow you to run a 5G modem in that area as well, which you can pick up. We actually have a code for that. If you want to get a modem for mobile must-haves, it's Airstream Chad for 10% off. And then we have the speakers up here. Now the radio is not in this section. It's actually in a different area.
I was wondering.
Yep. So in the 28 foot, the new 28 foot, the radio's up here. But on the 30, it's going to be in this area here. So we have more cabinets up there. We got a light not turning on. There it goes. So we have a Furrion radio here. I thought they moved.
Fusion.
I thought they moved to Eclipse. I wonder if this is prior, like this model. It's the 25. But I wonder if like they're doing a mid-year update and moving to the Eclipse. Anyway.
Well, yeah, because the 33-foot Classic we did
already has
the
it.
Eclipse.
And the 28 has it.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep an eye out for if this radio is the radio they're going to continue using. Now, like this radio, it's touchscreen. It also has Starlink. Nope. Satellite radio. Sirius XM already on there, and the antenna's already up top. Now with the dinette here, this is going to be a powered table, and the switch for that is right here, which is fine. I do like the location of the switch for the 28. I talked about that in that video because it's easy to get to. But if you're sitting here and working from home or whatever it might be, you can use. Okay, it's not that bad. I can reach it.
You can reach it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's probably the same in the 28 too. But if I wanted to lower it down a little bit more, like right there, would be really good for us to sit here and edit a video and post it on YouTube. And then you can bring it all the way down or all the way up. All the way down will give you the option to make this into additional sleeping. What I like about the sofa being a spot to lay down and make into a bed, if you have, grandkids with you, kids with you, they can sleep there, and then you still have your dinette in the morning. And we do have reading lights down here too, as well as over the sofa, additional zone lighting as well. And then these windows open, all three of those, and then the single little window right there will open to give you cross breeze, and the very front window will open as well. Before we move over to the kitchen, I'm going to talk about this area right here. So this is new for 2025. We went away from the C-Zone system to what Airstream is calling My Airstream. So this is going to give you the ability to do basically anything that the C-Zone did, but I guess potentially a little bit more. But you can turn your inverter on and off. You can turn your heater pads on, and showing you that we have shore power. It will also give you information about your TPMS as well. Right there. And then battery disconnect is there. You can actually turn the battery disconnect off and on from the screen, and which also means you can turn it on and off from your phone, the app on your phone. Now, one of the things I do like about the way this is set up, if you want to see more details about any of these sections, you can just tap into it. So if I want to see more about the gray water, I can tap into there. Solar, I can tap in and then swipe over. Well, that's swiping over to the floor plans. And then like that takes you straight to turning your AC on and off and your bedroom on and off. Now, one thing that I know is the case right now, there isn't an auto function for the fan speed. So it's either on high or low. There's no medium and there's no auto. My understanding is Airstream is working on writing software to be able to enable a auto function. It has something to do with the Coleman ACs talking to the My Airstream system. So something to know when you get yours. And then you can swipe over, and to swipe over, if you just kind of touch it, it won't always recognize that you're touching it. You've got to kind of like intentionally press down and swipe over. And then you have the ability to turn all your lights on and off throughout the RV. There's the overheads. Nice fade. When you're in the classic level, dim. You should get a fade in your.
Turn on the max.
That turns the fan on too. I just want to turn the light on. And swipe over, and we can see our outside lights. And then swipe over again. That goes to your AC system, and then swipe over is your fantastic fan, which is up there. And just one fan with the classic, and then this is going to be your Audi system for your water heater and your heat. And it's fairly simple for the most part. If you want to turn the water heater on, you can go and turn it on or turn it off. And then you would set your inside temperature here to whatever degree you want it to be. And then that's just showing what outside is. And then energy gives you the ability to click on gas or use electric. Now, it's basically 1,000 watts or 2,000 watts. My understanding on the electric is it's really there for like maintaining temperature, not so much there for creating hot water. But I have heard of people being able to create hot water just using the electric side of the system, but you can actually use electric and propane at the same time. And they did update this, believe it or not. This actually looks like it moved into the, probably early 2000s out of the 90s. It previously looked like it was left.
But it's new.
It's new. It's a newer version. And Airstream introduced that for 2025. Now moving over to the kitchen area from the 28 foot, this is going to be one of your biggest benefits now that we have a 28 RB floor plan, is the 30 is going to give you a significantly larger countertop area. One of the comments I've already seen on our 28 video was like, where do you put the coffee maker and the toaster? My thought there is, coffee maker I get. Why are you taking a toaster camping? Different subject.
Preference.
Anyway.
They really love
to each their own.
They really love their toasted.
You gotta have your toasted bread in the morning. But plenty of space to be able to put a Keurig there if you want to. You also have this really nice surface mounted stove here. Now I think there's a lot of debate on this. It looks fantastic, and I'm sure it works really well too because you've got 3 different burners. But there isn't like a easy lid to put down similar to what you would get on, say, like the Flying Cloud. And we also have the undermounted stainless steel and dampened sink. One of the fun things that started to happen here at the store is people will come in and they'll tell me that it's a dampened sink.
Amazing.
Yep. So, but you do get that. The dampened sink is nice. When you put things down in there, it's not as loud. Then we have a residential style faucet that does have a little pull out. You have the 2 porthole windows right there. Be nice if they brought those out a little bit further, but very nice. And then down here, we're going to have some of our storage. Of course, you have your little trash can. As we joke, the most expensive trash can you'll ever buy. And we got a pull-out drawer here. We're going to have a pull-out there and there. I don't know where our silverware
holder
is.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. It should come with one. Now, something I'm going to point out that I miss sometimes is right down here. So if you notice, you got tank levels up there. That's the sea level 2 is who is talking. It's a sea level 2 system. And so they needed to have the actual sea level 2 controller somewhere. On the back of this, there's wires that run over and connect into the My Airstream system. So you do have that, and there's kind of like an override there if you ever need to look in there and see versus just the screen there. And then we'll have another pull out here that has a hidden pull out.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. I guess that's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
There. And then I like that they do the oversized door to keep it symmetrical. Then we have a deeper pull out, so you have a nice deep kind of pantry area or a pots and pans area. And then that's just going to fold down. A little storage there.
Really deep.
Now, one thing I want to mention, I don't think I said this yet, but with the Classic, you're going to have hardwood, solid wood door fronts, and then you're going to have solid wood cabinet fronts. Your actual box is going to be the kind of plywood with the laminate on top. So we do have some storage up here, and there is a little spot, basically right here, that's built out that you can put those covers up here, but I really feel like people are going to use this for storage and not necessarily for putting that up there. And then of course we have the light. Wow, that's bright. That was really bright. And then a fan that does exhaust to the outside. And then there's a
convection
right here.
Really nice convection.
Yeah, I love this one. It's huge too. Like you could bake a cake in there or pie, biscuits, whatever you want to do. You can bake in there. And of course it's a microwave as well. And an air fryer. Now, here it is. Okay, this is what I was looking for. That 28 though.
That 28. Go watch the 28 video just to see the pantry.
I hope that will come to all of the, all 3 floor plans in the future. But so you have this. This is similar to what you're going to get in the Flying Cloud 25 foot and 23 foot and the International 25 and 23. Adjustable shelves here. Works fine. We have no problem with ours. It's basically the same thing. It's just that it doesn't have this built out with the wood here on ours. And then that pushes in. You've got a nice little door to cover. And then we've got a little spice rack right there. Pretty nice, right? Okay. And then beside that, I kind of skipped this, but we'll go back a little bit. On the 30, you're going to have a 10 cubic foot refrigerator. You actually get 3 shelves here instead of just 2. And then, of course, the shelf for the refrigerator or freezer there at the top. And then this is, like, as I mentioned, it's 12 volt. It's a Norcold compressor fridge. This will cool down in 45 minutes to an hour. It also doesn't need to be level for this to function correctly. If you think back to the absorption fridges that some campers use, Airstream used to use as well. There is a night mode that will help conserve energy too, but 12 cubic foot, very nice. A drawer. Sometimes I surprise myself, I forget things. Oh, Laura just started the microwave.
My elbow barely touched it. I guess like that whole thing it's like a touch screen up here.
Yeah.
I turned it on.
Well, we've got the cedar lined double wardrobe closet. And I can smell the cedar like it just hit me in the face.
It smells good.
Yep. And then underneath here, I'll pull these off since we're kind of doing a full review here. So you're going to have two kind of access areas for the Classic. So that's going to be your power box. We all know what that looks like with fuses, your breakers right there. And then on this side is actually your communication system for the new My Airstream system. Now, the 5G antenna that's up top has 4 LTE antennas. One of those, which is supposed to be LTE 4, is actually coming down and plugging into this box right here. And that is giving Airstream the ability to give you connection back to your Airstream Classic from the app, regardless if you have a modem or not. That's built into the My Airstream system, and that's where that's going to connect. The other 3 wires, as well as the Wi-Fi cables, will go to that front section that I showed you over the sofa. You know what? I'm just going to set these here for now, and I'll put them back on in a second. Okay. On to the shower. Let's see here. Shower light. So it's just one button. When you turn that on, it turns the fan on too. Oh. Let me step in. They got to see what it looks like. There's a switch right there. Okay. So this is very similar to the shower as far as the full floor goes that we get in the 25-27 Flying Cloud. But you also get this really cool adjusting shower head. You can raise it up and down depending on your height. There's also an added on-off switch right here. And then a little bit nicer head deal there. Adequate shower, big enough for someone my size. I'm like 5'9", I've got room. And there's plenty of room for me to take a shower. I have no problems taking a shower in our 25. It's not like taking a shower at home, but it is definitely sufficient. And then the bathroom in this one, let me tell you. Now, if you remember the 28, you got that mirror there, right?
Oh my goodness, it's like a hall of mirrors.
You got a big mirror here. We got the similar sink that we saw in the 28 RB right there. And even the same little storage there. There is shelves that go there. This Airstream doesn't install them at the factory. And then you've got a little bit more storage right here in this area. And then the toilet paper is right there.
Same bathroom as a 28.
It's the same bathroom. There's the shelves. The only difference is I think this is going to be a little bit longer this way than the 28. I think the 28 is slightly shorter, I guess. But you have the ability to turn tank heaters on. You can turn your water pump on and off. You got the fan that's in here as well. You can turn that on and off. And of course your bath lights. Now this bar behind me is a towel rack that does get hot when the water is on, which is really cool. And then up here we've got some more storage. But there's also a little access right here. That is your filling tank for the reservoir for the Audi system. So that's the thing you're gonna keep an eye on and make sure it stays full. And I'll say with the Audi system, oh, that's the door. I was like, what's making noise? First of all, before I get up, lots of room, like 10 out of 10 for Airstream bathrooms. With the Audi system, if you decide to get a Classic, we put this bed up. The Audi system in the first probably 2 weeks of ownership is going to burp. That's a legitimate thing. I'm not just making something up. It's going to let air out. Once it lets air out, the reservoir is going to drop. So you want to keep an eye on that because you're most likely going to need to fill that up at some point after you get your Classic. That's a fairly normal thing to happen. So our lights are all on. It feels a little dark in here, but the lights are on. And this is all set up for the show, all the pillows and everything. the bed does go up. And I'll say when you're during the day when you're up, you probably want to have this bed put up so that you have room to get around these edges. And I'll show you what it looks like. We'll put the bed down. It gets kind of tight. If you go with the queen bed on the 30-foot, it's like this on the 33-foot front bed as well. So we're almost all the way out. A little bit further. Okay, that's all the way out. So you're definitely squeezing through to get to the bathroom when the bed is down. If you go with the twin bed, you won't have that problem at all. The twin beds do go all the way up to the wall. There's not like the extra space that you get in the 27 front bed. Now you do have the control here to be able to turn all your lights on and off. Laura's going to show you. She went to sleep for a second. You got your buttons here. There's a sleep mode that will turn all of the lights that this system controls off, which is really cool. And then you can turn all your accent lights on and off. Shower lights right there. We've got storage up here. And then, of course, you've got speakers that are facing out the correct orientation. And one thing I do like, you've got the USB, which is in the same spot that it's in if you do the twin bed, but the power moves, the 110 will move. On the queen bed, it's in the correct place right beside your really nice nightstands. And there is storage below the nightstands too that Laura can show you. Give it a good pull. There you go. And then a little kind of door opens down below as well. And then we also have storage underneath the king size, well, queen size bed. There's no such thing as a king size bed. And then this center section here, that's going to be open to the outside. Actually, I don't think that's normal. I feel like that's normally inside. I wonder if they've taken something apart here in this particular unit. Normally, I think this is inside and then the outside is outside. And then you've got your drawers that pull out, which is really nice in the Classic. Good gracious. There it goes.
That's what I was dealing with over here.
Well, they put two locks on there. And then you got the drawers on the side. And you still have this space right here as well. Just watch out for those wires when you're using it. Put that back down. Of course, we have the pleated curtains here, as well as going across the back. That center window right there does open, and then these outer two windows here will open as well. So you can get a really nice cross breeze going across this bedroom area if you are boondocking. Now, I feel like with the Classic, most folks are going to travel in this, and they're going to look for campsites that have full hookups. I feel like, you know, this is kind of the full-timers or extended stay floor plan. And that's, you know, you got the heated tanks, which really helps with that. The other reason you have the 12-volt heater pads on the tanks is because you have the Audi system. So you don't have forced air going down into the underbelly. And we got to have something to keep the tanks from freezing. So let me ask Laura, what do you think about the Classic 30 rear bed? Have you seen this floor plan?
I think I've seen it. I don't know if we've made a video about it. So this is my first time like in depth in
I have not actually made a video of this floor plan since 2023.
Wow.
Yep.
It's been a minute. I like it. I like the 28 more.
Do you?
I do.
Even with the kitchen?
I mean, minus a kitchen.
Okay.
You had me at the kitchen. I forgot about the kitchen. Because you have none of this counter space exists in the 28. It's just sink, range.
Yep.
I mean, I really like it. I do. The Classic, in general, it's very nice. I feel like it's too nice for us.
Well, it is for us at our stage of life.
Our stage of life, our camping style. Yep. It's beautiful. You know, I love the Classics. I love the Pottery Barn, too. And I mean, I'm looking out that window right now is the 33-foot Classic with that incredible bathroom. We do
have a video of the 33-foot.
We do.
So we had 2 videos, so check those out.
My obsession with that bathroom.
Yeah, that bathroom is legit.
But, I mean, we've been in units where I said I would give up our Flying Cloud for this. I don't know if I'd give up our Flying Cloud for this.
What about the 28?
Okay, but you reminded me of the kitchen, so now I gotta rethink things.
Okay. All right. And remember, we like the 28 RV Flying Cloud now, so same kitchen.
Just give us the pantry that's in the 28.
That is, man, that you got to go watch the Classic 28 RV video, because Airstream finally put a pantry, 2 pantries, basically, in a 28 RV floor plan, and that's always been one of my biggest, I don't know, complaints, gripes, whatever you want to say, about the 28 RB floor plan is I love that floor plan. I love the way the dinette is. But anyway, check out that video. Let me just say, if you have any questions about this classic, the 30 foot RB, or even the 33-foot front bed, feel free to reach out. Leave a comment of what you think about this particular floor plan. And if you went and watched the 28, come back and tell us which one you like better, the 28 or the 30. And then if you're in the market for an Airstream Classic or any Airstream for that matter, feel free to reach out because I am a salesperson at Airstream of Greensboro. I hope you guys are having a great day. Live riveted. Hopefully we will see you down the road. Thanks. Bye.